Right now, while you're watching this, AI is making decisions. Robots are placing orders, and machines are rewriting code on their own. The world is changing faster than at any point in human history. And the people who understand what's coming will be the ones who win. Here are the 20 technology shifts that are rewriting the rules of everything. AI and machine learning. It started with recommendations on streaming platforms. Now it's diagnosing cancer. Artificial intelligence has moved from novelty to necessity faster than anyone expected. Today, AI systems are detecting fraud in real time, personalizing medical treatments, writing code, generating content, and making split-second decisions in systems that never sleep. The numbers behind this are staggering. The global AI market is on track to eclipse hundreds of billions of dollars within the next few years, and that number is accelerating, not slowing. The debate now isn't whether AI will matter, it's whether the people using it will outpace the people ignoring it. 5G and beyond speed is power. And 5G is redefining what speed even means. We're talking about connections so fast that a full HD movie downloads before you can blink. But the real story isn't about your phone, it's about what 5G enables. Millions of devices talking to each other instantly, without delay, smart cities, autonomous vehicles, remote surgeries, real-time industrial automation. None of it works without this kind of connectivity. The global 5G market is projected to hit extraordinary valuations in the coming years, and the countries and companies that build it fastest will hold enormous power. Internet of Things, IoT. Your refrigerator knows when you're running low on groceries. Your factory floor predicts equipment failure before it happens. Your city manages traffic flow automatically. This is the Internet of Things. A world where physical objects become intelligent, connected nodes in a massive digital network. The IoT market is growing at a pace that's making even seasoned investors take notice. Projected to become one of the largest markets in technology history. But with connection comes vulnerability. And cybersecurity for IoT is one of the biggest unsolved challenges right now. Edge computing. Here's a problem nobody talks about. Sending data to the cloud takes time. And in some situations, time is everything. Imagine a self-driving car that needs to react in milliseconds, or a surgeon using a remote robotic arm. You cannot afford to wait for a data center halfway across the world to process information and send it back. Edge computing solves this by processing data right where it's generated. Faster decisions, lower latency, less dependency on centralized infrastructure. As AI and IoT expand, edge computing becomes the backbone that makes real-time intelligence possible. Forget everything you think you know about blockchain being only about crypto. The deeper innovation here is trust. Verified, transparent, tamper-proof record-keeping that doesn't require a central authority. Supply chains are using blockchain to trace the exact journey of products from origin to shelf. Healthcare systems are securing patient records with it. Financial institutions are rebuilding settlement systems around it. The technology still faces real challenges around energy use and scalability. But the market is expanding rapidly, and the use cases go far beyond digital currency. The line between the physical and digital world is dissolving. Surgeons are using AR overlays to guide procedures. Architects are walking clients through buildings that haven't been built yet. Students are studying inside historical events rather than reading about them. Gaming brought these technologies into public consciousness. Industry is now deploying them at scale. With hardware costs dropping and connectivity improving, augmented and virtual reality are moving from impressive demonstrations into everyday professional tools. This one is still early, but when it arrives, it will break things. Classical computers process information as ones and zeros. Quantum computers use quantum physics to process vast numbers of possibilities simultaneously. Problems that would take today's computers thousands of years to solve could be resolved in minutes. Drug discovery, climate modeling, cryptography, financial optimization. The challenge right now is stability. Quantum systems are incredibly fragile. But the world's largest technology companies are pouring billions into solving that problem. When they do, everything changes. There are tasks that humans do every single day that are perfectly suited for software to handle instead. Processing invoices, handling routine customer requests, organizing data, flagging anomalies, Robotic Process Automation, RPA, deploys software bots to handle these repetitive tasks with speed and precision that humans simply can't match at scale. The result isn't just efficiency, it's a fundamental restructuring of how organizations operate. Businesses that have implemented RPA are reporting dramatic reductions in processing time and error rates. The question for every industry isn't whether automation is coming, it's how fast. Every technological advance creates a new attack surface. As AI, IoT, and cloud systems expand, so do the opportunities for bad actors. And today's cyber threats are not the clumsy attempts of the past. They're sophisticated, AI-powered, and increasingly automated. The response has had to evolve too. Zero trust architecture, where every access request is verified regardless of source, is becoming standard. AI-driven threat detection systems are identifying anomalies before they become breaches. The cybersecurity market has become one of the fastest-growing sectors in technology, and the demand for expertise in this field is outpacing supply by a significant margin. The pressure on companies and governments to go green is no longer coming from activists alone. It's coming from investors, regulators, and consumers simultaneously. Sustainable technology, solar innovation, green manufacturing, circular economy systems, energy-efficient computing is no longer a niche. It's becoming the default expectation. The challenge remains scaling these solutions fast enough to meet both demand and regulation. But the economic incentive is now aligned with the environmental one in a way it never has been before. Human augmentation. This one pushes into uncomfortable territory, and that's exactly why it matters. Exoskeletons are helping people with mobility impairments walk again. Cochlear implants are restoring hearing. Brain-computer interfaces are allowing paralyzed individuals to communicate. But the next phase goes further. Wearables that enhance physical performance. Neural interfaces that could one day extend memory or accelerate learning. Human augmentation is moving from rehabilitation into enhancement, and the ethical conversations around it are only just beginning. AI-augmented development. Software is eating the world, and now AI is helping write the software. Tools that suggest code in real time, catch bugs before they're committed, and automate testing are fundamentally changing how software gets built. Development cycles that used to take months are compressing into weeks. The developers who are learning to work alongside these AI tools are becoming dramatically more productive. The ones who aren't are already feeling the pressure. This isn't about replacing engineers. It's about what an engineer can accomplish in the same number of hours. Industry-specific cloud platforms. Generic cloud infrastructure solved the problem of scale. Now the next challenge is specificity. Healthcare has different compliance requirements than finance. Manufacturing has different data needs than retail. Industry-specific cloud platforms are built with these distinctions already embedded. Pre-configured regulatory compliance, specialized tools, tailored workflows. Rather than building everything from scratch, organizations can now operate on platforms designed specifically for their context. This reduces time to value and lowers implementation risk dramatically. Smart applications. The apps of yesterday asked what you wanted. The apps of today anticipate it. Smart applications use behavioral data and machine learning to personalize experiences in real time. Financial apps that adjust advice based on your spending patterns. Health apps that predict when you're at risk before you feel symptoms. Customer service systems that resolve issues before they're reported. The intelligence layer on top of software is becoming the main differentiator. What the app does matters less than how intelligently it does it. Welcome to an exploration of the technological frontier. Our world is experiencing an unprecedented pace of change. These advancements are profoundly impacting industries, reshaping how we work, create, and interact. Today, we delve into key emerging technologies that are driving this transformation. First, let's discuss democratized generative AI. It's lowering the barrier to creative production. Professional-level content creation is now accessible to everyone, not just large studios. Small businesses can now compete with large agencies, and individual creators achieve studio-quality results. This has vast implications for marketing, design, entertainment, and education. However, it also raises questions about authenticity, ownership, and potential misuse. Next, we explore continuous threat exposure management, a critical shift in cybersecurity. Traditional reactive models are giving way to proactive, continuous monitoring. Organizations are constantly scanning for vulnerabilities, running simulations, and monitoring exposure in real time. This model is essential for sensitive industries like finance, healthcare, and critical infrastructure. The high cost of breaches makes this proactive stance a necessity. Moving on to AI trust and accountability frameworks. As AI makes critical decisions, accountability is paramount. These systems influence hiring, lending, medical diagnoses, and legal outcomes. Trust frameworks establish standards for transparency, bias testing, and explainability. These are becoming mandatory for organizations deploying AI in consequential domains, driven by regulatory requirements. Finally, let's explore platform engineering, fundamentally changing software development. It involves creating internal infrastructure, a curated set of tools, environments, and workflows. This enables developer teams to build and ship products faster and more efficiently. Think of it as building a high-performance track, accelerating every team regardless of their starting point. Platform engineering has evolved from a nice-to-have to a competitive necessity for scaling organizations. In summary, these technologies are fundamentally changing how we create, secure, and build. They are shaping the modern world and will continue to influence our future. Stay informed and engaged with these critical advancements. Here's a shift that very few people are prepared for. AI systems are now capable of making purchasing decisions autonomously, analyzing inventory, predicting needs, evaluating suppliers, and placing orders without any human involvement. A company's procurement system can already reorder supplies the moment stock drops below a threshold. This will expand. AI agents will negotiate contracts, compare options in real time, and execute complex transactions on behalf of businesses and eventually individuals. The concept of the customer is about to include entities that aren't human. The way people work has been restructured permanently. Hybrid and remote work demanded new infrastructure, and technology delivered it. But the next evolution isn't just about communication tools. It's about using AI to make workers more effective regardless of where they are. AI systems that surface relevant information before you need to search for it. Wearables that monitor health and safety in real environments. Collaboration tools that reduce the friction of working across time zones. The workforce of the next decade will be defined less by where people sit and more by how well they're augmented by the technology around them. 20 trends, each one already in motion, each one compounding on the others. The question isn't whether these shifts are happening. They are. The question is where you'll be standing when the dust settles, on the side that understood what was coming, or the side that found out too late. If even one of these trends surprised you, there's more you need to know. The next video covers exactly that. Don't wait. Start now.